But it's time for Ja Morant to grow up. Man, you can't screw this up. You're one of the best basketball players we got in this league. You're one of the new faces of our league. Everybody love the way you play. And you're out here acting like a damn fool and idiot.
Ja Morant is one of the best young superstars in the NBA right now. But due to his recent troubles, his name is more involved in non-basketball related conversations than anything else. Despite all of the drama and criticism, Ja is still one of the best players in the world. So let's see what some of his colleagues have said about him, the good, the bad, and the ugly included. Patrick Beverly has never been an all-star caliber player, but he has kept his name relevant in the last decade due to his tough defense on the court as well as spicy takes off it. Regardless of how unpopular his take may be, one thing we can all agree on is that Pat Bev keeps it 100 at all times. The NBA veteran's not pleased with Ja's actions and has an interesting take on the reasoning behind his behavior. I think music has a lot to do with this now. You know, especially with this culture. Everyone holding a gun in the video is okay. You know, bling on your teeth is okay. Pants half down your ass, that's okay. So like, that's okay now. Back in the day, there was a motherfucker on the beach in a silk shirt talking about some, yeah baby, let's party like we're in the 80s. Everybody had on silk shirts and everybody was dressed the same. It's just a product of what we listen to. The culture now is shoot them up, bang bang, shoot them up, bend you over, I got this amount of money, I'm on private jets, that's that. That's what the younger generation is. Sadly to say, it shouldn't be based on our music, but it is mostly based on what we listen to, and that's how it is. Beverly's not happy with Ja's antics, and he pointed out that he has to do better if he wants to remain in the league. When it comes to being the star of a controversial moment, Kyrie Irving has somewhat of a similar experience like Ja does, maybe even worse. While nobody can deny Kyrie's talent, it is very probable that his name will be remembered more because of his off-court dramas and controversies. While Kyrie has never been suspended because of carrying a weapon, he has been suspended due to his unordinary takes. However, Kyrie's a very wise individual and shared a powerful message to Ja Morant. Y'all saw what's going on. Come on, man. We don't even have to go into Ja, because Ja's not the only person that's dealt with real-life circumstances. He's not the only one, and he won't be the only one. So, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm going to stand and make sure that I'm there for my family and for my friends. We all make mistakes, we all do things that we regret. But somehow when you're a celebrity and you're famous, you're underneath different rules. Kyrie then went on Instagram Live and gave advice to all the young people around. Whatever color you are, whatever creed, whatever religion you are, a lot of us need nurturing. We need to normalize family time, taking off the veil of technology. Stop letting technology control your f***ing mind. Stop letting this shit do that. Go out in the sun, ground yourself. Learn what peace of mind actually means and pray to God. One of the more concerned players from all the tension caused from Ja's situation is NBA veteran Draymond Green. In an episode of the Draymond Green Show, Draymond gave a very nuanced response to Ja's gun video incident. Ja Morant, I saw Adam Silver speaking. Adam Silver looked crushed. Adam is a player's commissioner, and so a part of him is just like crushed because he's like, come on man. Like he said, they had a long conversation and I thought we were like past this and we spoke about it. So now it puts Adam and Joe Dumars in such a tough spot. Like, what's the punishment going to be now? You have time to make that decision, but it's going to be a substantial one. It's going to be one that affects the Memphis Grizzlies season. Everyone's saying it's irresponsible. Of course it's irresponsible, Green said. You're trying to build a business, a substantial sneaker business. Kids drive sneaker sales. Kids' parents buy shoes. Those children's parents aren't impressed with what they're seeing. While the King has remained surprisingly silent about Ja's situation, LeBron James has always been vocal about Morant's basketball skills. In Game 3 of the series between the Lakers and Grizzlies, the game was close throughout, mostly because Ja Morant was carrying his squad. He ended the game with 45 points, but the Grizzlies ultimately lost because of the lack of production from the other guys. LeBron was definitely impressed with Ja's performance. I mean, he's good. He's so good at attacking the rim that you want to try to keep bodies in front of him, make him try to work on the perimeter. Well, tonight he made 6 threes. That's a guy that gets going on the outside and he can do whatever he wants offensively. Even though Paul George is not a teammate of Ja, he showed his incredible sportsmanship with encouraging words for the Memphis point guard. George spoke about Ja's situation on his podcast, Podcast P, where he shared a lot of positive words of encouragement for the young superstar. I think the positive encouragement I would give to him is first he came out and made the statement apologizing. That's the first step. One thing I don't want him to be is not himself. We gotta respect who he is as a person. I don't want him to shape up to be someone he's not, just because the microscope's on him. He's going to have to cut ties with people. I think as a young kid that's maturing and growing up and becoming a man, you'll realize some people are good for you and some people aren't. That's a part of life. There's no love lost. It's part of maturation as a man. You want to grow? The plan is to always grow. I think he's going through that phase and understands that I can't have that influence that I have around me because I'm putting that influence on the next generation. Just like Ja Morant, Luka Doncic is one of the best young players in the league, maybe even a tier higher than Ja. Luka's always wanted to compliment his opponents, appreciating and showing love to their skill sets. Before facing Ja's Grizzlies in the regular season, Luka was asked what he expected from Ja that night. "It's just another game where we can improve from our last matchup. You know, it's always good to go against players like that. It's real fun for the fans as well. We enjoy playing the game. He can do everything, you know. Obviously, he's one of the fastest guys out there, and since his first year, he's really improved in his shooting and playmaking, so it's even tougher to stop him. While he's nowhere near the caliber of player like the ones mentioned before him, Juan Toscano-Anderson had an interesting take on Ja's recent controversies. The Utah Jazz swingman believes that Ja's friends are as much to blame as Ja himself. Toscano-Anderson went out on Twitter and wrote, "Ja's friends are really the police. Why are they always recording? If people get their phone out recording my privacy in private time, that's a way to never be invited around me again." Is this a reasonable take from Toscano-Anderson or not? Damian Lillard is one of the realest players in the league. Dame Dolla is an old-school kind of guy, loyal, humble, competitive, and always real. And that's why he's respected as much as he is from his peers, as well as the fans and the media. Dame shared his thoughts on Ja's latest gun incident. Speaking on the Grizzly star, Lillard said the following, "The only thing I'll say is I just don't judge. You don't know why people do what they do, what people are going through, what type of state they've been in. You never know. I ain't attached to it, so I don't. I mean, it's unfortunate. We got the platform we got, he got the platform he got. There are going to be consequences. It's what we signed up for, so it's a standard and expectation." While Stephen Curry is one of the best point guards of all time, that's in no way because of his athleticism. The Dub superstar has established himself as the greatest shooter in the history of the NBA and the leader of the Golden State Warriors dynasty. However, Stephen Curry still wishes that he had the athletic capabilities of some guards in the NBA. Abilities just like those of Ja Morant and Darius Garland. Ja and Darius Garland are two guys on my radar. I just love watching them play, and they do exciting, athletic, creative stuff that jumps off the screen. I'm always envious of athletic guards who can fly around and make their presence that way because I could never do that. While Ja's playstyle is often compared to those of athletic guards like Derrick Rose and Russell Westbrook, NBA veteran Kevin Durant thinks he's one of one. When asked if Ja Morant's game reminded him of anyone, Durant said it was unique. "Nobody really, he's a unique player, a lot of athleticism and creativity out there. Body type reminds you of somebody like, well, he's taller than AI, but a wiry, strong player. But he's an incredible player, man. I've been in the league with D-Rose and Russell Westbrook, so many athletic guards I'm missing, but those two stick out the most to me. The stuff they were doing was unheard of, and you're seeing other guys doing the same thing. I'm sure he's inspired by those two as well. The league's in a great place." Ja Morant is definitely one of the league's brightest stars, and all of his peers know it. If Ja keeps his focus on basketball, he has the potential to be one of the main faces of the NBA. So let's hope, for his and our sake, that he decides to put his stuff together and focus on the real priorities like building a successful basketball career and leaving a strong legacy behind. Let's hope all things go well from now on for Ja Morant.